Hey guys, today's video is going to be on finding an accurate birth time for you so that you can have an accurate birth chart and accurately know your sun, moon, and rising sign. Now, especially for your rising sign and your moon sign, the birth time needs to be accurate. It's going to be off. You're going to get a reading and go, this doesn't sound like me. And that's because you don't have the right info. It's happened to many professional astrologers, not myself. My mom always repeated my birth time to me. Every year I have my birth certificate. But it happens to a lot of astrologers and they find out later, like, oh my God, I had a different rising sign, different moon sign. So I don't want that to happen to you. The biggest problem that people have with finding an accurate birth time is they ask their moms what time they were born. Let me tell you that your mom wasn't fully present there. She was going through some stuff when she gave birth to you. She might have been given some like medication, drugs to help her get through the birth. And your mommy brain makes you forget. I have 3 kids of my own, and I actually don't always know their birth times off the top of my head, even though it's super important to me as an astrologer. I usually have to look them up. So don't trust her. Get a birth record, because if you get the birth record, you may find your mom might have been off by like an hour or 2 or even 30 minutes, and that can make a huge problem with the accuracy of your chart and getting a good reading. All right, so I found this awesome website, dmv.org, and it goes through how to find a birth certificate. I am not associated with them. I found this website and was like, cool, it lists out everything that I need to know on how to get my birth record. All right, so if you haven't figured it out, getting an accurate birth time means that you get your birth certificate or birth record so that you can see for yourself officially what your birth time was. Okay. And some people sometimes get a little ticket that doesn't have your birth time. That's like you're going to have to get like another record. There is another record that you can find. Okay. All right. So how to find your birth certificate. What is on a birth certificate? Your full name, time and date of your birth, city or country of your birth. Awesome, awesome. This is all the stuff you need to know for a chart reading. So whatever, let's go, let's go. Okay, so if you were born in the good old US of A, United States born citizens, which the majority of you guys who watch my channel are from the United States. It says here, it's fairly easy for citizens born in the United States, and it is. You can get a copy of your birth record, birth certificate, because it's required. Like if you need a passport or something, or, you know, for a lot of things, you need your birth certificate. I mean, there's ways to get around it, I know. So first, you're going to locate the Vital Records office, and they give you a nice little link here. Okay, and it's going to bring you to the CDC, and they have your vital records. So you can just go here, you can click on your state. I'm in NJ. Okay, and it's going to give you the new, like here, it's the New Jersey Office of Statistics. I'm going to click on that, right? Here we go. So here we go. You can get your record. Let's see what happens if I hit online requests. It's going to take a while, but you can get it. Okay, online order. Right? Ordering a vital record, birth records from the past 80 years. So that means, you know, most of you can get your records. And so you could put in a request, get it online. A lot of times you can get it mailed to you. Like my kids' birth records, I got them mailed to me to get a copy of their birth certificate. Or, you know, you can ask your mom for it, like that, you know, like you're like, I don't trust you, give me my birth certificate. Okay. So that's for the United States, US born citizens. And they also have other like issues here. So citizens born abroad, if you weren't military, it gives you the info. So there, if you were born abroad, not military, you're not a military family, you should have a consular report of birth abroad. That's what it's going to be called in your name. And this document is created when your parents report your birth to the nearest US embassy or consulate office. So embassy or consulate office of where you were born. Yeah, so you or your parent or legal guardian to get it. So you'll need, like, it gives you all the info here, a notarized request, name at birth, adoptive parents, date and place of birth, that kind of stuff. Let's see, if you know the serial number from your, what was that called? Consular report of birth abroad, you can do that. valid ID, $50. If you're serious about astrology, you know, you might have to shell out a little bit of cash. So it's better actually if your parent can just show you the birth certificate, tells you where to mail the request. All right, and then it also states here, again, this is dmv.org. I'm not affiliated with them. I just thought it was cool that they list this all out. So for citizens born abroad on a military base, if you were born to American parents, it's documented the same way as children born to American parents in a foreign country. So you should be able to get, I guess you might be able to get a birth certificate, or it's a consular. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, it's not a birth certificate. If you were born abroad and you're a military family, you should have a consular report of birth abroad, even like just like the people who were born in another country who are not military. Excuse me. Okay. If you were born abroad in the military, your parents did not file. Here's another way, right? I guess if you're in the military, maybe you didn't file all this stuff. I don't know. Go to the hospital, contact the hospital where the birth took place, the operator, the public affairs office of the appropriate military branch. Okay. And this is also like, if you were born abroad and you were adopted. So let me clarify if it wasn't clear. Citizens born abroad means United States citizens born abroad. If you were born in the U.S., born abroad, there's a consular report of birth. If you're born to American parents, like you're an American citizen and they were part of the military, right? American parents, this is for you. So far I've just covered if you're from the United States. Now I know I have viewers from other countries and I was like, what do I tell you guys? Well, there is a way. So this is children born abroad, like they're thinking that you're a US citizen, but if you were born abroad, whichever country you're born in is responsible for documenting your birth certificate. So that includes children who are born overseas or adopted by a United States citizen. So if this situation is, you're not going to get a US birth certificate. If you are from another country, not the United States where I'm from, you need to go to the nearest embassy or consulate for the country of your birth. That is a good way to find out where to get the birth record. Well, if you're in that country, you're not going to need translation, but if you're not from that country, you're going to need a request. You can request from the embassy to help you with translations. Yeah, and so there's like naturalized citizen things. Now I wanted to do like a better thing for each country, but there's a lot of you that like from many different countries. So what I can say for you, the best info I have is go to the embassy or the consulate of your country or wherever you find vital statistics in your country. Okay, so if you don't want to go through all that, just ask your parent if you can get a copy of your birth certificate. A copy of your birth certificate or birth record or the consulate report of your birth abroad. It's good to have on hand in case you need to apply for, an official document where you would need it. So what about if you can't find your birth record and you have no way of knowing what time you were born? Maybe you're in a country where birth certificates weren't a thing, or you just can't find it for whatever reason that is. You can come to an astrologer like myself and get what's called a rectified chart, where the astrologer is going to ask you some questions. Like I would ask you some questions about yourself, some life topics, and I would create a chart for you with a very educated guess about your rising sign. So we would work together to do that. If you're interested in that, you can email me at valentine@valentinelister.com. So you may want to know, what is the most important sign for me? Is it my sun sign, my moon sign, my rising sign? I'm going to make a video on that next week. And when I do, I'm going to link it for you guys. And if you're watching this in the future, you can watch that video to find out. All right, love you guys. Bye. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified for whenever I release a new video every single week.